y'all, so today this is a Christmas video and the photo in the bottom of the screen is the picture I'm using for inspiration. I am just going in with a nude with a slight gold shimmer in it. I got in an old blue sky set. Now my plan was to recreate the Noel set, but instead I'm using a similar design, but I'm changing the words to Yule. Instead, just for something different. So I've just put one layer on because it's just for background colour really, and I'm just going over with the matte top coat that I got off Temu, you know, the super matte one that chrome doesn't stick to. Now, just to make extra sure, I do go over it with a buffer because it's just me. Now I'm going in with black gel polish. Normally I would go in with a non-tacky layer gel paint, but I didn't want it too raised for my chrome. But I recently watched a video, thank you, and I don't know who I was watching, but they said you don't actually need chrome to go on a smooth layer. It can actually rub in on a tacky layer. So I figured why not, and I'll give it a go, which is what I'm doing here. I mean, as it is, this gel polish doesn't have a really huge tacky layer anyway, but I thought it was worth a try. Now you can, if you want the effect, make your letters wider or bigger, really. It just depends on however you want it. This is just the size that I chose to do. And this video is also sped up. I did not paint those letters that quickly. So that's gone into cure, and I'll just do the rest of my letters. You will see me when I start drawing the rest of it switch between nails as I'm doing bits. Just like 30-second curing. They do need longer to cure, so I do a full cure at the end, but while I'm just painting the little bits, I just whack them in and out. Now, I did say I was going to do a Thanksgiving set next. I even have all the decals set out on my trolley waiting, but I found a couple of winter sets I want doing, so they kind of jumped the queue, and that's what's been ended up doing. This black gel polish I'm using is one that came in that little Saberland Christmas set from a year or two back that I've been using lately, you know, the reds and the whites. I also used some of them in the video I have just posted on YouTube from my TikTok with like the little stripy designs at the cuticle. So that is them, and they're all cured. And now I'm just going to go in with the chrome. I'm just putting it straight on my finger, purely out of laziness because I really could not be bothered to go find a makeup sponge. But as you can see, I've just given it a brush there and it's not stuck. You cannot have the ball, Chippy, go on. I'm going in, the original design I think had purple on it, but these were the colours like at the top of my box, so these are what I decided to go with today. With the gold, and I do believe I do E in a green, and I just rub my finger off on the little lint-free wipe just to get rid of the chrome. But as you can see, that is a slightly tacky layer, and it's all rubbed in completely fine. And I've given it a dust off, and you can see that matte top coat is awesome because it's not stuck. It has, you know, stayed where I put it. Now on that paint palette, I have the red and the white from the Saberland set. Sorry, I'm just getting treats out the drawer to bribe Chippy to shut up with. And the two greens. The darker one is Just For You, which is a CJP. And the lighter green, just let me bury my head back in my cupboard, is Rocket Man. So I'm using that to do kind of like, I don't know, I'd call them mistletoe leaves and like Christmas tree leaves, like the evergreeny branch bits. And as for the holly in the top corner, I'm literally drawing 2 stripes and then just dragging it out a bit to give the points. And then I will flash that and then go in with a dotting tool and some red berries and some white berries just to add a bit extra colour. But I think it is a nice set to do, and it's quite simple as well, but I think it just looks really nice. I mean, you don't have to have Yule, you can have Noel, you could even write Xmas for short, or any other word really. I'm not quite sure if the video's on my YouTube. I don't know whether it's something I videoed or something I just took a picture of. But I did do a love set around Valentine's Day in pink. And you know, like those little plastic daisy flowers that come with the caviar beads on Temu and Shein and places like that. I decorated it with those. I think I had seen that video on Natalie Mugridge's channel. But not sure. So don't quote me on that. And it was a really, really nice design. Now I'm quite liking this with the wet gel on the matte background. I do top coat it all at the end, so you can see what it looks like, but then I can't decide whether I liked it better matte or not, so then I go in and matte it. I will show you both at the end. And I'm just adding a bit of snowfall onto these. I do think, looking back at it now as I'm doing the voiceover, that I should have maybe done my letters a little chunkier. But yeah, just a nice way to add some colour to some otherwise plain nails. You could do this on straight onto like a nude poly gel or a nude acrylic or a nude gel polish, whichever works best. In this instance, obviously I've gone straight onto tips. That's another evergreen branch. I'm just kind of flicking it out to get the effect that I want. It's weird because I'm more of an autumn and Halloween girl than I am a Christmassy girl, and yet already I've got more Christmas videos and more ideas than I did for autumn and Halloween. But at least any that I get now, you know, after the fact, I can write down, so I'll have a bumper crop for next year. Now, if you wanted to leave the background matte the way I currently like it, with everything else shiny, you could chrome your letters, and then you could matte top coat everything again. But then if you wanted to shiny top coat over the letter, so you had the shinier letter rather than like the matte look. And if you use the gel paints rather than the polishes I'm using for the details, some of them are no wipe. The ones by CJP, if they're not metallic, there's no dispersion layer, so you can actually paint on top with them. So then you get your shiny onto the matte background without having to go in and top coat, you know, random little bits. I'm sorry about that being out of camera, but I was making little stars. I'm currently being molested by chippies jumping all over my legs and sniffing me because my husband bought him a new squeaker toy that he absolutely loves, but it is driving me absolutely goddamn insane. So I have actually just bribed him with a treat and then stolen it and shoved it in the drawer while I finish this voiceover in peace. It's one of the cheapest toys I've ever bought him. I think it cost us $1.50 from Morrison's. It's like a little egg-shaped penguin squeaker. But good God, if you didn't love it. the same with beds though. He must have 4 different beds, and yet the fat little knacker comes to bed every night and sleeps on our bed. Seriously spoiled pooch. So as you can see, I'm just putting more drops on the mistletoe. I don't quite remember what mistletoe is supposed to look like, so it's just got random white berry dots. Filming a few videos this afternoon. It is pretty damn miserable weather over here. It's really bad with rain and wind, so I'm having a nail afternoon where I'm getting some little random nail sets done that I've wanted to do to post for my socials. Right, so this is it finished as it is, with the matte background and then the shiny paint, which I like. But then I'm putting the top coat on and I just cannot decide. I'll let you decide. I can't decide whether I like it or whether I think it ruins it. But part of me kind of likes the mix of the matte and shiny that it is now. So I might have to have another go with the gel paints. But yeah. So I'll show you it's shiny when it comes out in a second. And then I think about 20 seconds after that, it shows you it matte. So leave me a comment and let me know which you like best, the matte or the shiny, because I can't quite decide. But if you've made it to the end, thank you very much for watching. Even though it's sped up, I hope you've learned something new to try. And as always, thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. And if you've enjoyed it, could you please leave me a like? Just click the little thumbs up button. And subscribe to see any more videos. And here is the matte version. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll have another video for you soon. Bye. And guess who got his toy back? Bye, guys.